Alright guys, so here we are outside of the East Park Mall, or Eastland Mall. Eastland Mall, I see the sign. We have a very angry goose here. So they didn't actually have any security here, but they have geese. They actually found out that it's more cost efficient and more effective to just have geese around the perimeter. So it seems like this part of the mall is very fenced off. The Eastland Academy. So this mall is going to be demolished real soon. We did go to another mall not too long ago, as in over a year ago, the Westland Mall, which is gone, right across town in Columbus. And here we have the Eastland Mall. Hey guys, so welcome to the Eastland Mall. A year ago, we explored this mall in Columbus. This is in Columbus, Ohio, by the way. A year ago, we explored the Westland Mall. And we drove past the Eastland Mall coming home because we live a few hours from the Westland Mall in Columbus. And we drove past the Eastland Mall and there was hardly any cars and we were joking. We were like, dang, this mall might be next. Who knows if this one's about to be abandoned too. Sure enough, guess what? Eastland Mall is abandoned now. And as you can see, there's a lot of tables and there's still a lot of stuff in this mall. To me, it looks like they might have had some kind of auctioning off all the stuff in this mall, because there's still so much stuff left behind. And a lot of these malls, when you go in it, they're just completely gutted. Not completely gutted, but completely, what's the word I'm looking for? Everything's gone from the mall. You can't find any artifacts anymore. But here there was lots of tables set up, and there was a bunch of random shoes. Strange thing is, though, the shoes there was only one shoe. It's like they hid the other shoe or something. I saw a pair of Converse, they were red, my size. I was like, dang. And they were new, they still had the paper in them. And would I have taken them? Absolutely not. But I was thinking, in another dimension, I would have loved to have these shoes, these red Converse shoes, but I couldn't find the other one. And there was a bunch of shoes like that. It's like, what do? Just throw the other shoe away so people don't take it? It's kind of like how some companies, you hear they'd rather throw their product away than have someone have it for free. And so they'll literally, like a company like Coach or Dior or Chanel, rather than sell their things or rather than people get it for free, they'll destroy them. They'll put a big X on it. They'll put them in a dumpster to make sure nobody gets them. So they probably had their auction and nobody bought these particular shoes, so they went into the dumpster. Anyways, this is a really cool part of the place here. It's like the very center, and you can see this window up top. This arched window looks really cool, and the sun was actually setting while we were in here, and it made for a really cool lighting in here. Like it was getting like kind of dim inside. It was really kind of a cool atmosphere. Normally when we explore a place, it's usually real early in the morning. But here we were here kind of towards the afternoon, I think. But yeah, Eastland Mall slated for demolition. Surprisingly, we were able to get in this mall pretty easily. The only problem was, rather than having security, they have here's all the shoes, as you guys can see. Rather than having, there's the shoe I wanted. Rather than having security, they have security geese. They don't have a security guard, they have security geese guarding the parking lot. And these geese are very vicious and they'll hiss at you. And I think that they hire these geese. They're cheaper labor than hiring a person. So they just hire these geese, they probably feed them to keep people like us out. But guess what? The geese didn't scare me away because I still found a way in this mall. And this mall, there was a lot of garbage inside of it. There was some pretty cool stuff, like there's another pair of shoes you can see. And it was a really neat explore. It was a risk though. We drove over 2 hours just to go to this mall and hope that it's open, because a lot of these places, that's the thing with exploring, is you have the potential to waste a lot of time. You could go try to explore something and it is gone. You could drive somewhere and it's locked. You could drive somewhere and there's security all around the building. No one knows what the hell's going on in this business. There's always some kind of variable. You might have someone tell you, oh, it's open, but then they told you that like 4 months ago, and guess what? Now there's fresh boards on the windows and doors and you cannot get in, or they welded the door shut half the time too. That seems to be a common occurrence. But you never know when you're going into these abandoned places what it's going to be like, and it's always a risk. Always a risk. Oftentimes it's a risk that we're willing to take. So here we're heading to the food court, Eastland Mall food court, and it was pretty cool. And I was looking at Google Maps of some old photos of this place. And keep in mind, guys, this mall is only about a year abandoned. And you can see like all the dead shrubbery. And it's just crazy how 1 year an abandoned place will just completely turn to crap. It's really unbelievable. It's almost as if it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like the energy of the people inside of somewhere like keeps the building alive in a way. But if you neglect it, if you don't show the building any love, it dies. And that's how I feel like structures such as buildings, they have some kind of feelings too. Because an abandoned house, just after a year, if you left your house sitting for a year and you didn't show up, you would probably come back to the house literally, the house itself is depressed from being neglected. It's like the energy from you keeps the house alive, and you need to have good energy. Same thing with the mall. The mall probably stayed up with minimal effort. They probably didn't need to do much. A year later, the ceiling tiles are falling off. There's puddles on the floor. There's nasty stuff everywhere. It's kind of interesting how things just go to crap after just such a short time. So here's the food court. If you look on Google Maps, there's some pretty interesting photos of what it used to look like, with chairs and tables set up and people. And here we have some store. It was like a Macy's or Dillard's or something. It was kind of creepy, and there was this statue, or it was like a cutout of some woman right there, and it scared the crap out of me. Anyways, guys, this video is coming to an end, and have a lovely day, everyone.